apologies there. I had to do a couple of technical things. I'm trying to share these Facebook Live shows to my other Facebook page, my artist page, and also to some of the groups that I belong to. This is on the advice of my my good friend Evangeline, who's trying to help me with sort of digital distribution, which I'm not very good at, and she's been very kindly and very generously helping me work through and doing some amazing and wonderful work. Thank you very much, Evangeline. But check 1, 2, 3. I'm not really sure where we are as far as the meters. I've turned everything up a little bit since last week, so I'm going to turn it up just a little bit more. And because the volume seemed to be low, I have a new interface, but that's all the technical issues. I think we're ready to go here. Liam has been over today. He's just waking up from a nap. Howdy, Liam. And we have the clock on behind me, which may kind of ring out at a couple of different times during the next couple of hours, and it has no reference at all to any sort of time. I've just been up there kind of spinning the dial because he's enjoying the bonging that it makes when it hits the hour and a half hour and everything. So anyhow, I'm gonna do some older. I'm gonna try and do some older songs that I haven't done as much over the last few weeks. I've kind of been concentrating on the songs on the new album. Can you grab me a copy of the new album, baby? I think there's one up there. I forgot to grab one of those. But anyhow, yeah, I've been kind of concentrating on the songs that are on the new album, and I did that a lot for a few weeks. Here's a copy of the new album. So, been out a couple of weeks, gotten some great reviews. But as I said, I'll be mixing those in with some of the older songs and some songs that I haven't played as much for a while. So, I heard from my brother Dan a couple of weeks ago, in the last week or so. Happy Thanksgiving, that sort of thing. Got a text message from him. I've talked about my brother Dan. He's a bit of a loner, lives down in the desert area east of San Diego, Shelter Valley specifically, for many years. And then he moved down to Mason Valley, which there's even fewer people in Mason Valley than there is in Shelter Valley. But Dan is moving back to Shelter Valley. That's the biggest news, and that's big news for me because I have a song that I sing about Shelter Valley, so it's nice to know that he's located there, I guess. So I'm going to start off with that song, and this song is about sort of a rough-edged loner kind of a guy. It's not really about my brother Dan, but it is about a guy like my brother Dan, I guess. So this is called Shelter Valley Blues. Anybody that doesn't know where Shelter Valley is, as I said, it's in eastern San Diego County in the desert area, in between the mountain town of Julian and the desert sink there in Anza Borrego. About midway down, driving down, you'll come to you'll be going down the Banner Grade from the mountain town of Julian, as I said, and about midway down towards Anza Borrego, you get to Highway S2, which is the old stagecoach road between the gold fields in California and the trading center in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where the stagecoaches, that was the route that they took, right through Shelter Valley. So, beautiful place, desolate place. And as I said, my brother Dan's living there, and this song is called Shelter Valley Blues, and we may get a visit from Liam here midway through. We'll see what happens. Well, I've seen storms that roll across this lonesome valley. Felt thunder rattle right down to my floor. I laid awake and heard the howling, the coyotes out prowling, and the dustin' devils right outside my door. Well, they say this ain't no place for fools or dreamers, but a foolish dream is all I've ever known. I came looking here for shelter from the sun and sand and swelter, and the trouble that still haunts me to my bones. Well, I walked into the fire, slightly stoned and slightly wired, tried to lose myself in mescaline and booze. Now I've got no recollection of my death or resurrection, but I damn sure got these Shelter Valley blues. Yeah, I damn sure got these Shelter Valley blues. Well, I've seen them come for sin and for salvation, like pilgrims stumble through a field of stone. Pretty soon you see them fall, pretty soon you see them crawl, and pretty soon you see them leaving here alone. And she always said someday she'd try to find me, and she said no matter what that she'd be true. But I've forgotten all those lies, the truth was written in her eyes, and anyway, I've got no more that I can lose. Well, I walked into the fire, slightly stoned and slightly wired, tried to lose myself in mescaline and booze. Now I've got no recollection of my death or resurrection, but I damn sure got these Shelter Valley blues. Well, I walked into the fire, slightly stoned and slightly wired, tried to lose myself in mescaline and booze. Now I've got no recollection of my death or resurrection, but I damn sure got these Shelter Valley blues. I damn sure got these Shelter Valley blues. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I think that's kind of so. Somebody let me know how it sounds. If it sounds a little better than last week, if we've got a little more volume. I'm going to see if Liam wants to join me here. We got to. As I said, the clock is just going to sort of chime randomly because we've been goofing around with it. You want to join me for a song, or you want to check out the clock? Come on, come on. So we got one song that we do together, there we go. It's actually Elmo's song, and usually Liam dampens the strings to the guitar so they don't ring out so well. I don't know if he's trying to tell me something or not, but I'm going to go ahead and play it anyhow. But I've changed the words to Liam's song, so sing along if you like. It makes it better. La 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 la, la 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 la, Liam's song. He shakes his head no when he means yes. La la la, la 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 la, Liam's song. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Want to sing Elmo this time? La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo song, Elmo song. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's song, Liam's song. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. One more time. La 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 la, Elmo's song, Liam's song. La 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 la, Elmo's song, Liam's song. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Good job. Okay. You want to come back after a couple more songs? Because I'm not sure you know the next one. And the next one's kind of a dark. Don't retune it. You got it pretty kind of where it needs to be. But then the next one's another song about rough-edged loners. I don't know if this is not exactly your kind of song yet. We'll see what happens in a few years. My brother Dan makes a short appearance in this song also, brief appearance. This is actually the title track of my new album. New album's called Love and Desperation, and that's the title of this song. And there's a bit of family history thrown in here, kind of dramatized for folk song effect, but not completely. Some of this is true. My parents were not particularly good at being parents. They were involved with their own lives. They had a lot going on, but I was a kind of a wild kid growing up, so I never really held it against them, I guess. So this is called Love and Desperation. Well, someone robbed the northern Maine, flew off south in a driving rain. You think they might not know your name, but they know your reputation. Yeah, well, a dark-skinned gal is good to me, sweet and kind as she can be. She knows things that I can't see, but she tells no tales or stories. Yeah, my brother walks a lonesome road, tired eyes a heavy load, believes the things that he's been told, but he holds no expectations. Yeah, well, Nashville is a rugged town, picks you up and knocks you down, leaves you in the lost and found without a word or warning. Yeah, well, the devil plays a crooked game. The odds are long and dead as aim. But you know you'll play him just the same, 'cause you can't resist temptation. Yeah, my mother was a wild thing. She loved to dance, she loved to sing. She left one day in early spring 'cause her children were a burden. Yeah, my father was a solemn man, steady voice, a steady hand, but there were things he did not understand about love and desperation. Yeah, well, someone robbed the northern Maine and flew off south in a driving rain. You think they might not know your name, but they know your reputation. Yeah, you think they might not know your name. Yeah, but they know your reputation. turn it back up. Who's saying that?
Martha and Tommy Garcia.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I can't turn it up all the way, or I get into the danger zone. I'm still figuring out this new piece of equipment here. So that's a little bit. See if that's a little bit better. My apologies for having to deal with this on the fly. I don't know any other way to do it though. So here's another song from the new album. The song's called "Big Rain's Come." Big Rain's Coming, Mama. It's record number of storms over the last year have been hitting Louisiana, South Texas area. They ran out of letters from the alphabet to name them at one point and went into the Greek alphabet, from what I remember. I'm getting messages here. Are they kind of pertaining to this?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah, Martha says it sounds good, sounds better. Cindy said they like it loud so they can rock out.
Okay. So I'm going to send this out to everybody down there on the South Coast, Louisiana, New Orleans, Texas, Houston, Robert Ellis down there in Houston area, Susieola, and Lisa down there in New Orleans, and all of the Iguanas, my friend Rod. Send this out to you and everybody that's in the path of a big storm. Where the big rain is coming, Mama, better start to batten it down. Hey, the rich folks all leaving, the big boats already left town. Well, I got a rusty old bucket and a busted old knife. Don't look like much, but it might save your life. Big rain is coming, Mama, better start to batten it down. Hey, the big wind is blowing, Mama, the leaves all starting to fly. You better close up your windows and bring all your chickens inside. Well, it starts with a whisper, turns into a scream. Things start to shaking like you've never seen. Big wind is blowing, Mama, the leaves all starting to fly. Where the big storm is coming, Mama, the water's started to rise. You better start to take cover, try to find a place you can hide. Yeah, let go of your grievances, it's time to move on. Say a little prayer, Mama, we might all be gone. Big storm's coming, Mama, the water's started to rise. The big rain is coming, Mama, better start to batten it down. Hey, the rich folks all leaving, the big boats already left town. Well, I got a rusty old bucket and a busted old knife. Don't look like much, but it might save your life. Big rain is coming, Mama, better start to batten it down. Well, I got a busted old bucket and a rusty old knife. don't look like much, but it might save your life, mama. Big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Hey, the big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. Hey, the big rain is coming, mama. Better start to batten it down. So batten it down if the storm is coming. That song actually had a little more meaning for me anyhow when I was writing it, because we were still deep in the big political mess that we've been in for the last 4 years that we seem to be moving ourselves out of. But so it certainly had that element for me anyhow when I was writing the song. But things seem to be taking the big turn slowly but surely. So I'm going to do another song. This song is the title track of my last album. Came out in 2017. It's called "The Town Where I Live." And when I was younger and trying to figure out how to do this sort of thing, play music, I had a lot of different jobs, odd jobs, non-musical sort of jobs, just to kind of support myself. And anybody that's been in the position of looking for work on a regular basis and getting turned down a lot knows that it can be a frustrating sort of feeling, frustrating experience, and it's easy to get a little discouraged. And I think we've all been this way at some point or another in our lives. But it's kind of about that time in my life and for a lot of people, I think, of just being young and trying to get things started for yourself, get your foot in the door, so to speak. This is called "The Town Where I Live." Hey, well, the town where I live, man, is ragged and old. Too hot in the summer and the winter's too cold. The daytimes are weary and the night brings you down. You could waste your whole life in this ragged old town. It works hard to find in the town where I live, and it all seems to take a lot more than it gives. They say you're too young, or they say you're too old, or the job's just been filled, boy, you're moving too slow. Hey, well, the town where I live, man, is ragged and old. Too hot in the summer and the winter's too cold. The daytimes are weary and the night brings you down. You could waste your whole life in this ragged old town. Man, I feel like a ghost in this town where I live, hanging out and hanging on, taking all I can give. Sometimes I wonder why I hang around here, but if you ain't got much choice, man, your choice is real clear. I might catch a ride, or I might jump a train, but I'd just be someplace where it all looked the same. Hey, well, the town where I live, man, is ragged and old. Too hot in summer and the winter's too cold. The daytimes are weary and the night brings you down. You could waste your whole life in this ragged old town. Hey, well, the town where I live, man, is ragged and old. Too hot in the summer and the winter's too cold. The daytime's a weary and the night brings you down. You could waste your whole life in this ragged old town. Yeah, you could waste your whole life in this ragged old town. You could waste your whole goddamn life in this ragged old town. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's Susie and Nikki and Liam. And he's a little bit fussy. What's going on?
He wants the clock.
Oh, he wants the clock. Yeah, we spent a little bit too much time with the clock today, and he was digging it. It was pretty amazing for him. But you could take it down and take it in the other room, I guess. But I bought Susie this clock a few years ago, quite a few years ago now. It's very old. It's it's homemade. You can, when you look at it close, when you see the door is closed, some fellow with sort of limited woodworking skills, but not bad, made this. And so it's got that charm. It's got that appeal. She's liked it a lot since I found it. And it's in this old clock store that's in downtown, or it was in this old clock store that's in downtown Covina. And the guys down there, the old guy down there had put the clock works that are in it, he had put those in. And most of the time we don't wind it these days, and it just kind of sits there. But oh, come on over here, and maybe this will make you happy. I'm not going to be able to get you the clock, but you can hang out for a song or two if you want. You want to hang out? You want to hop up? So as I said, we've had the clock for a few years, and just started winding it for the last... You're a lot more secure with the leg on the other side. So we're going to do a blues here. This is in the key of E. And this is called the Nashville Blues. I'm not really sure how well it's going to come out, because as I said, Liam's favorite thing is to kind of dampen the strings as I play. But we'll give it a try here. As I said, this is another song on the new album. This is called the Nashville Blues. And if Liam doesn't dig the song, he's going to let me know, and he'll be splitting probably in the middle of the song. So that could happen too. But we'll give it a try here. You ready? We're not doing too well so far. Well, I'm real glad I never went to Nashville. Yeah, things probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. Well, I got a lot of friends that moved to Nashville. Sometimes they say they wonder why they stay. Well, I might have had some better luck in Nashville. I might have got a better gig or two. Yeah, but all the drunks and fallen stars in the honky-tonks and bars say I'm better off at home singing the blues. Yeah, folks used to say, man, you gotta move to Nashville. That's where Hank and George and Johnny got their start. And yeah, it's true, they all got real big in Nashville. It's also where their lives all fell apart. But still, a good song can make you rich in Nashville. At least that's what I've always heard folks say. But then you're bound to go insane with girls and sweet cocaine. I guess that's just the price that you gotta pay. Sing it, Liam. That's the blues if I've ever heard it. Well, I guess I'm never gonna get to Nashville. I guess I'll just stay here and sing the blues. If you go and see my friends in Nashville, say hello and have a drink or two. Well, I don't know if I'll shed a tear for Nashville. I can glue that, honey. Worry about the way things might have been. Liam broke a cat, a wooden cat.
Not a real cat.
Not a real cat. All you can do is play your cards. Sometimes your dreams die hard, and that's just the way things happen in the end. Hey, all you can do is play your cards. Sometimes your dreams die hard, and I guess that's just the way things happen at the end, in the end.
He's wearing a skirt.
So, Liam expressed himself by throwing a little wooden cat down on the coffee table and kind of split it down the middle, but it's easily fixable with glue, and Susie very wisely moved all of her important sort of little knickknacks out of the way a couple of weeks ago. Liam is just walking now, so he's getting into everything. He's kind of checking everything out. So the ones that he's getting into now are kind of the ones that are like, it's something we just found in a, where'd you get that, thrift store?
Yes, David Surrey says that you can write a song called I Can Do That, Honey.
My friend David Serby says I can write a song called I Can Glue That, Honey. David is an amazing songwriter and very, very prolific. I may get that one started and send it your way, David, now that you brought it up. We've been talking about writing a song together for a long time and have not gotten around to it. But David is a wonderful songwriter and, as I said, very, very prolific. He can write a lot of songs. I write much more slowly. But it's good to know you're there. I hope you happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Good to know you're listening there, David. We had a very nice Thanksgiving here. The weather could not have been nicer. Cool at night, but beautiful, warm during the day. The windows open. We almost ate outside on Thursday, but it started to get a little bit windy, so we moved it inside. But our front room opens up, windows front and back, and we had the windows all open. We may as well have been outside. So this is the weather that you live in Southern California here now. This is, as I said, I think the last couple of weeks it was very, very hot here. In August, September, and October, just kind of really sort of brutally hot. And now it's finally cooled off. It's cool at night, like I said, and beautiful during the day. I'm going to do another song off of the new album. This is a song that my friend Kim Ringer, the late, great California folk singer-songwriter Jim Ringer's daughter, Kim, sent me this lyric sometime in the last year or so. I can't really remember. Something we talked about for a little while, and then she sent me the lyric, and I thought it was beautiful, heartbreaking, and I wrote the music and the chords and a little bit of the chorus to this. And as I said, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it's heartbreaking. A lot of people have liked this song very, very much. This is called She Sang of the Earth. There's a little place out the desert way folks would laugh and guitars play, and songs were sung and stories they were told. He came one day to that nowhere place, stopped right there when he saw her face, and she sang to him, and the words were made of gold. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, she sang of the people and of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a rundown bar, and she sang of the time disappearing oh so fast. Well, he sat down and he joined in. He sang of heaven and he sang of sin, and of all the different people that he had known. Their voices joined in harmony. They sang of you and they sang of me, and of all the people, places he had yet to go. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, and she sang of the people and of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a rundown bar. She sang of the time disappearing oh so fast. He woke up, she was gone. There were different singers singing different songs. The time had come for him to be on his way. Maybe he'll pass this way again. He wandered off like he wandered in, and after all, it's not like him to stay. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, she sang of goodbye, and she sang of the people and of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a rundown bar, and she sang of the time disappearing oh so fast. She sang of the earth, she sang of the sky, she sang of hello, and she sang of goodbye, and she sang of the people and of all the days gone past. She sang of the moon, she sang of the stars and late night dancing in a rundown bar. She sang of the time disappearing oh so fast. There's a little place out the desert way. Folks would laugh and guitars play. Songs were sung and stories they were told. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the lyric to that song, Kim. Thank you very much for that. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're listening. But I should say hello to a few people.
Dan Richardson says it sounds good.
And Dan Richardson, who's been just tremendously generous with his technical expertise. Dan has kind of helped me set all of this up. As I told him last week, I'm operating at my peak technological ability at all times, making all of this work. So my friend Dan Richardson has been the one that's kind of helped me and guided me and coached me and everything, and so I have him to thank for everything working as well. And I get good reports. I think it's working really pretty well. But I want to say hi to Martha Rowley up there in Vermont, in Saxton's River. Everybody up there. I missed the big Roots on the Rails get-together online today. it always kind of happens at a time when well, today I was asleep. I was taking a nap, so. But I'm going to try and catch that next time. It looked like a lot of fun. But my sister Cindy is usually listening up in Sparks in Reno, Nevada area. And my sister Joy is usually listening from out in Rialto, just a little east of here. Carol and David in Fulton, Missouri, at the sheep farm there. And Mike Donahue in Chicago. I always name the same people, and then I look afterwards and I remember a lot of other people that are listening. And I apologize heartily for anybody that I'm missing. Stacy Nakasone has been listening many, many weeks from here in Los Angeles area. Mona, my friend Mona and Randall have both been listening close by here in Los Angeles. And Susie's holding her. Evangeline, who has helped me, as I was saying earlier, she's been helping me tremendously with kind of figuring out the other technical aspects of all of this, the digital distribution sort of things. Thank you very much, Evangeline. So she's listening and bouncing back and forth. I shouldn't mention this, but also Ray Bonneville is doing a show right now. So. But you can listen to, if you wanted to listen here, you can always watch Ray later on, which is what I'm going to do. And who did I miss that you said just before that? Can't remember.
No, I'm sorry.
So,
Got Tommy Salcedo, Cindy.
oh, Lee Harper, Tommy Salcedo, Cindy Lee down in Encinitas. Great singer-songwriter. Tommy and Lee Harper, both great singers also, but Cindy Lee, wonderful singer-songwriter down in the North County area of San Diego. Howdy. I missed that note completely. I'm going to do...
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Dave Schultz and Bill Kuhn.
Dave Schultz up in... I think I'm going to say Berkeley area, but I might be wrong, Dave. My apologies. Bill Kuhn up in Seattle area. Howdy. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. This is an old song that goes back, I don't know how many years now, but it's about a legend that took place. It takes place at the mission in San Juan Capistrano. It's a legend. It's a story about a young girl named Magdalena that fell in love with a young boy that she was not permitted to see. And when they were discovered as part of her penance, Magdalena was required to carry a candle in front of the congregation, Feast of the Epiphany, I think. But just a public spectacle is what it was. Just, you've done something wrong. You got to stand up in front of everybody, I guess. But the legend says that Magdalena and everybody in the congregation, for that matter, were buried in the earthquake that destroyed the chapel and most of the grounds there at the mission in San Juan Capistrano. Real event. That's all documented. So 1840, I'm going to say 1841, but I could be wrong about the date on that. But that mission is still being rebuilt to this day. So there's a little bit more that I was going to tell in the introduction to the story. But anyhow, this is called Magdalena. Out in the garden at midnight, where the smell of a rose fills the air, Magdalena, she hides in the shadows. Her desire is almost too much to bear. All alone she waits in the garden for the one she's forbidden to see. And as his arms reach out to embrace her, She knows the trouble it surely will be. Oh, Magdalena, the saints they're calling for the black mark that follows your name. Cry for the night and cry for your lover and the heartache your life became. Oh, tú eres mi cariño, yo sé que no me olvidarás. Tú eres mi vida, tú eres mi todo y eres mi corazón. When the sun rose outside of the garden, there came the long mournful cry of a dove. Sad and alone, a lonely heart breaking, wishing only to die for its love. Now all eyes are on Magdalena as she slowly walks holding a flame. And as the ground starts to tremble and the walls start to crumble, through the cry she calls out his name. Oh, Magdalena, the saints they're falling, your tears have all been in vain. Lost in the dust under the stones of the chapel, Magdalena will always remain. Oh, tú eres mi cariño, yo sé que no me olvidarás. Tú eres mi vida, tú eres mi todo y eres mi corazón. Tú eres mi vida, tú eres mi todo y eres mi corazón. Thank you very much, and thank you all. And what I was going to say is the other part of the introduction to that song, but Magdalena is sort of the Spanish form of Magdalene, Mary Magdalene, and that's what that relates to, and it's still the shame of the fallen woman, I guess, and it's just that patriarchal bullshit that comes, you know, I mean, it's all through the Bible, and it's all through history and everything like that. So that's a big part of that song also, is Magdalena is carrying the shame, is carrying the black mark that follows her name. So it's just that BS. But are you all getting ready to leave, honey? So Liam has got this little red guitar that I actually picked that up for him, I think, maybe before he even came along. But so he's taken a real interest in it here lately. It's all... he can play it as much as he wants. That's fine.
I think it's the I don't play it as good as
you can take it with you too, honey, if you want. You can.
we still have birthday presents that we haven't even opened drum room for him.
Liam's 1-year-old birthday was about 2 weeks ago, so he just turned 1 year old, and we're still celebrating as it should be. Straight through to Christmas is what I say. So So I'll do a song that comes from a couple of albums ago. This is the title track. This is called Sweet Bernadine. And Susie and I grew up in San Bernardino. And that's what this song is kind of about, more or less. Sweet Bernadine is a reference to the patron saint of San Bernardino, Saint Bernardine. But if you know anything about San Bernardino, let me give him a quick kiss, honey. See you later, mister. Good nap. See you tomorrow, maybe?
Oh, for sure. We have
Okay.
to keep work.
So, San Bernardino has been in the news for all of the wrong reasons for just far too long, for our lifetimes, basically. So, anyone that has, family connections or emotional connections, of course, it's heartbreaking for us. So, and it's been natural disasters and economic disasters. In the time that I lived there, and we all lived there, everything closed up. Kaiser Steel, Norton Air Force Base, the big air base out there, which is the reason that my father got transferred there, and all of the industries that were tied to those big employers. So it all kind of dried up within a very short period of time, which was pretty rough, and then many, many other disasters. So San Bernardino has slowly been building back, but it's a beautiful, beautiful area when you see it on the right days, surrounded by mountains. In the wintertime, it's covered with snow. It was a beautiful place to grow up at the time. Citrus groves everywhere still, with the blossoms in the spring times, the scent of the orange and citrus blossoms all everywhere in the springtime. So I wrote this song. It's kind of bittersweet, but we try and remember what it was really like when we were growing up there. This is for my friend Bob York, who still lives in that area up in the mountains, I believe. My friend Steve Chapman, who lives out there, and everybody else, all of our family, Joy, everybody that's still out there. This goes out to everybody. It goes out to us because we're still, Susie and I we're still tied to the area just as much as we have ever been. And as I said, Sweet Bernadine is a reference to the patron saint of San Bernardino, Saint Bernardine, who from all reports was a hapless fellow, and nobody is quite sure how he became a saint. But he's ours, and we love him. This is Sweet Bernadine. Sun beats down on an old dirt track. Broke down wagon never did turn back. Down through the mountains and the rocks and the weeds, down to the river and the cottonwood trees. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. When times were good, they never did last long. For Johnny and Juanita seemed to all go wrong. Try to make a living, try to stay ahead, try to do what you can to keep the little ones fed. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. I was just 18 when I first left home. I drifted and I rambled just to try to stay gone. But the more I run, the more I see how this tired old town is still a part of me. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. But now the sun's come up and the heat's come down. It's hard luck living in a hard luck town. 'Cause everywhere you go, people shake their heads. It's hard not to think that you'd be better off dead. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Oh, sweet Bernadine. Thank you very much. Send that out to everybody in San Bernardino in the Inland Empire, all our family and all our friends. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We had a nice Thanksgiving, as I said. The last several years or longer, I don't even know how many years, I've been barbecuing the turkey. I take the turkey outside and I put it on the Weber. And I posted a picture on Facebook of 4 or 5 years ago or 6 years ago, one that came out kind of exceptionally well. This year, not so much. I made a mistake and I used the cheaper charcoal, which I will not make that mistake again. So, should have known better. It didn't do as well, but it came out fine and everybody liked it a lot. And we've got a big pot of chicken soup now. Yeah, of course, turkey soup. I use chicken bouillon in the soup because there's no such thing that I know of as turkey bouillon. So I make it myself, by the way. I don't cook a lot of things. Susie is a wonderful cook, and she is happy to cook most nights, which is a wonderful thing for me. But I do cook occasionally. Once every week or so, I'll cook a pot of beans, which is really not anything at all, just kind of washing them off and putting them in a pot of water and turning them on. But I can cook a pot of turkey soup, a pot of chicken soup. I can cook spaghetti. I can cook things in pots. I can cook a few other things. I can cook eggs and I can do some other things, but I usually don't have to. Susie is very generally happy to cook, and as I said, that's a wonderful thing for me. But I did want to mention something in so next week I'll be doing this Facebook Live show. I did this once before, so I'm going to be doing this from the Fret House in just right down the street from me, anyhow, in Covina. It's a wonderful little concert room, concert stage setting with lights and everything and microphones. So I'm going to do that again, and if it works out, the plan is to do this every first Saturday of the month. So every first Saturday is going to be from the Fret House, which is exciting for me. Just do it somewhere else. We have just a couple of people. In fact, this time I'm not sure we're going to have anybody in the audience. Last time we had 4, 5, 6, including you, the Bergens, and
Chris Porter, John Wesley.
yeah. So anyhow, it's very safely spaced and distanced. Everybody kept their distance and everything. But since the restriction has gotten even more serious here in LA County because the numbers keep going up, unfortunately, I think it's just going to be Susie and I and Rich Seymour, who's the manager of the store, to kind of run the soundboard and everything. But we'll see. So, but anyhow, the first Saturday of every month, I'm going to be doing, and there's a couple of other things that are going to change. I'm going to try and start doing this with an invitation each week. I tried to do this before, and it did not work, and there was a bit of a crash. But there were some other issues that were going on, but I'm going to send out an invitation, and you should be able to find the show from that invite. So I may try and do that this next week, but I need to experiment with it. So a couple of changes coming up and a couple more that I'll talk about later. But anyhow, this is a song from my last album. This is called You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone. River's deep, river is wide. Soon I'll be standing on the other side. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Midnight trains calling me, Illinois Central out of Kankakee. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Down the road as far as I can see, where the wind blows wild and free. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I may be back, but I don't know when. Look for me wherever I ain't been. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. I know you right, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. The river's deep, the river is wide. Soon I'll be standing on the other side. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Memphis out down to New Orleans, the devil can't catch what he's never seen. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me, you're gonna miss me, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Thank you, baby. I had something in mind that I was going to bring up and talk about, but I kind of forgot what that was. So I've been doing these shows every Saturday night since this whole shutdown started. And a lot of people have been tuning in, and a lot of people have been saying that they really look forward to this. You know, we're all shut in, you know, and our computers and Facebook have been kind of how we've stayed in touch. So a lot of other people have been doing regular Facebook Live performances, but I'm very happy to contribute and very happy to be a part of this. And I really, really appreciate everyone that's been tuning in every week. Many of you being very generous, of course, and I appreciate that very much. So speaking of San Bernardino, I'm going to go back and play a couple of songs that have sort of a history in San Bernardino, I guess I should say. When I was growing up there and trying to figure out how to do this sort of thing, play the guitar and sing, and in sort of a real way, in gigs and albums and that sort of thing. There was a couple that lived there in San Bernardino at the time. I was much younger. I was very young, and just kind of fumbling around with this sort of thing. But a couple by the name of, and I mentioned Kim Ringer earlier, who had sent me the lyric to "She Sang of the Earth." So her father, her dad, Jim Ringer, and his partner at that time, Mary McCaslin, lived in San Bernardino at that time, and they were, well, of course, all of us that were trying to do this sort of thing, we knew who they were, of course, and they were heroes to us. We looked up to them. There was a little place called the Penny University that we all played. They played weekend shows Friday and Saturday night when they were in town. They actually had albums out and toured, and were very popular at that time as a folk singing duo, as they sort of set a new standard for singing duets together in kind of a folk song setting or tradition, and became very popular in a short period of time. I think some things went wrong. I got to know Mary a few years later, and she's kind of a private person. She's always, as far as I've known her, she's always been really pretty private, but she shared some of the stories of that time, and there's a lot of pitfalls no matter what you do in life, and if it involves music or show business, I think they may grow exponentially. There's even more than you can imagine, I guess, but they had their share, and maybe somebody else's, they had more than their share, I guess I should say, and they had a few things go wrong. Beyond their control, I should say. So they were popular, and then it didn't last too long for them, but Mary continued in her solo career for many years and continued to tour, and Jim went back to Fresno, and I'm not sure he did that much after that. He went back to Fresno, where he was from, where he came from, but I recorded a couple of songs of theirs, a song by Jim and a song by Mary, on an album I made with my friend Brantley Kearns, great North Carolina fiddler. We did a sort of a duet sort of album where we were each doing songs and playing and singing on the other songs. So my friend Dave Alvin helped me produce this album, and these songs he actually suggested for me. I had sort of not been thinking that much about Jim and Mary in those days, and he said, these are some songs you should do. So thank you for that suggestion, Dave. So I'm going to sing a song called Rachel, a beautiful song of first love, written by Jim Ringer, kind of set in the San Joaquin Valley, up there by Fresno, as I said, where he's from. And I'm going to sing a song called the San Bernardino Waltz. It's kind of a beautiful and heartbreaking song to me, written by Mary. So here's Rachel and the San Bernardino Waltz. Rachel was a girl I used to love when I was young. You should have heard the love songs that I sung. You should have heard the way we talk walking by the stream, barefoot through the meadow by the lazy San Joaquin. Rachel was a melody that I first learned to sing, and the sorceress just barely in her teens, a skinny dipping sight to see with freckles everywhere, and a plain and faded hand-me-down with wildflowers in her hair. She had a way of saying this was never gonna end, and good night like a lover, and good morning like a friend. Rachel was a watermelon ripe and freshly stole, the first girl that I ever loved, the first lie that I told. I messed that up. Rachel laughed and Rachel sang and Rachel held my hand. Rachel watched me grow into a man. Rachel sat and listened to me when I told a lie. And Rachel waved me out of sight when I said goodbye. The San Joaquin still rolls along where me and Rachel stroll, but the meadows turned to parking lots and me and Rachel's old. Rachel's just a memory that I still like to hold. The first girl that I ever loved, the first lie that I told. The first girl that I ever loved, the first lie that I told. I came to this hot, dusty town to be with the lover I found. The people were all standing around for the San Bernardino waltz. She didn't like the love that I made. She had some ideas for my head. Change partners for the big promenade and the San Bernardino waltz. I tried doing the best that I can to be seen as the most wanted man. I'm not ready to change partners again for the San Bernardino waltz. I feel like an outlaw in town, the way my name keeps going round. My ears have grown tired of the sound of the San Bernardino waltz. So farewell to the gray, hazy skies that hide all the mountains so high. Farewell to them all standing by, and the San Bernardino waltz, the San Bernardino waltz. So that goes out to Jim and, of course, to Mary. Thank you, baby, and thank you out there. There's a I was thinking about this as I was singing, and that's why I kind of fumbled up. I'll start thinking about something, and that's when the mistakes happen. So, but the song I sang earlier, "Sweet Bernadine," my friend Ron Resnick helped me make a video of that song, and I say helped me, and Ron does all the work. I show up and I kind of lip sync to the song in some settings. I had a few places picked out though, and one of the places that we did catch a little bit of footage though was in front of the home that Mary and Jim lived in there in Muscoy. I called her up and she gave me the address and we found it. Little unincorporated area in there, sort of northwest San Bernardino, I guess. Susie's mom lives in Muscoy. So we found the house, and it's just a shot of me walking back and forth in front of it once or twice. I couldn't think of anything. It's kind of tricky. I mean, when you're shooting these videos like this, somebody was living in the house, so we didn't want to set up and do any big thing and get somebody spooked and have them come up, and be kind of upset. So just a little footage of me walking back and forth in front of the house there in San Bernardino that Jim and Mary lived in. As Susie said, they might have come out with a gun. You never know, especially these days. But, people are right to be concerned. You don't know what somebody's doing in front of your house. So, the election is more or less over, depending on your point of view, I guess. But Susie got her Biden-Harris t-shirt in the mail a couple of weeks ago, and she's been wearing it. So as far as we're concerned, the election is over. It's been over for a while, but it's been a crazy 4 years leading up to this. I wrote this song a couple of years ago. This is also on the new album. This is called "The World's Gone Crazy," and I was wondering if after the election I'd still have reason to keep singing it. I think I'll have reason to keep singing it. This is called "The World's Gone Crazy." The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. I walked through the garden. I walked through the valley. And I walked through the city. Yeah, trouble's all over this world. Yeah, the world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. Hold on to your brother. Hold on to your sister. Hold on to your mother. Yeah, everybody better just hold on. Yeah, the world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. You'd better talk to the lawyer. You'd better talk to the preacher. You'd better talk to the governor. Yeah, people need some love right now. Yeah, the world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. You better hold on to the ones that you love. Yeah, the world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone crazy. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. You'd better hold on to the ones that you love. Thank you, baby. So the kids have left. If you haven't figured that out, but yeah, I said goodbye to them and everything. So they're on their way home, or they may already be home. And that's Jesse and his girlfriend Nikki and the baby Liam. But my other son Matthew is listening most nights. So I need to say hello to Matt and his girlfriend Amber, who I think is listening, and they're close by here to us. We saw them on Thursday. And so the kids are still close. It's a wonderful thing. And I was going to mention, the other thing I forgot is that I made a video of that last song, The World's Gone Crazy. My friend Ron Resnick helped me with that video also. I've been very fortunate in having some wonderful videographers. My friend Will has helped me. Will Seifert has helped me on many videos that are posted on my website, and my friend Ron Resnick. So I have videos of a number of my songs that you can visit on my YouTube channel, which is another thing I was going to mention. Hopefully next week we'll start broadcasting, if that's the correct word. This show will stream live to both of my Facebook sites, my personal page and my artist page, and also to my YouTube channel. So we're branching out, folks. I'm not sure what it all means, but we're getting the content out there, doing our best. And all from our living room here. This is all amazing to me. So as I said, I'm operating at my peak technological ability at all times with this. And next week, like I said, at the from the Fret House there in Covina. So, and once a month there, the first Saturday of the month, will be live. As long as this works out, and it looks like it should, we'll be live from the Fret House, from a real stage and lighting and PA and everything. So, you look like you were going to tell me something. You just tell me to shut up and sing a song. So I'm going to do a song here to break Susie's heart. This song makes her cry most of the time, and that's not the reason I'm doing it, of course. Oh, I'm out of order here. I got to do another song first. So I'll do a couple of songs from an album. My first song I sang here tonight was Shelter Valley Blues, and that's the title track. That's the title of the album, Shelter Valley Blues, from 2009 or 2008, I can't even remember now, but a few years ago, and doing a few songs from that album. I'll do a couple more here right now. This first one is called Nellie Bly, and it comes from, it's sort of a reworking in my mind of the old song Frankie and John. Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts. Da, 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 da. So Frankie falls in love with Nellie Bly, or messes around is probably the better way to put it, with Nellie Bly, and Frankie finds out, and depending on which song, which lyric or which song, which version you're kind of listening to, none of it turns out well for Johnny. He's kind of in bad shape. So I kind of took it from there and wrote this song. This is called Nellie Bly. Well, I was standing on the corner when she turned and caught my eye. She might have been an angel or the devil in disguise. A slinky satin number that was slid up to her thigh. When I asked her what her name was, she told me Nellie Bly. Hey, well, one thing and another, we were sitting at the bar. Just a little further, didn't seem so very far. But I knew my little Frankie would have broken down and cried if she saw me on the sofa making love to Nellie Bly. Well, if you never look for trouble, you can find it just the same. And when everything is busted, it'll be a crying shame. Well, Frankie always said that she would love me till I die, but I never thought she'd shoot me for a girl like Nellie Bly. Yeah, well, Frankie grabbed her pistol and she stood outside the door. And I heard her start to crying as she shot that 44. And as I fell down on the carpet, I began to realize that it really wasn't worth it making love to Nellie Bly. Hey, well, the sheriff came for Frankie and the judge refused her bail. And Frankie's sitting crying in that Monroe County jail. Down around the corner, you can see her passing by in that slinky satin number, that girl named Nellie Bly. Well, if you never look for trouble, you can find it just the same. When everything is busted, it'll be a crying shame. Well, Frankie always said that she would love me till I die, but I never thought she'd shoot me for a girl like Nellie Bly. Frankie always said that she would love me till I die, but I never thought she'd shoot me for a girl like Nellie Bly. Ah, Nellie Bly. So it doesn't turn out well for Johnny on that. I don't remember if that one's a true story or not, but I think I was talking a week or so ago about the song Stagger Lee, which I don't sing, but it's another song from that era and just as popular. And the story of Stagger Lee and Billy Lyons is a true story. You can look up that news account. But I'm digressing quite a bit there, talking about a song I'm not even singing. So,
Ray Bonneville was watching.
Ray Bonneville. Howdy, Ray. How are you? I'm going to tune into your show, The Great Ray Bonneville, folks. Just a tremendous songwriter and guitar player and performer. Howdy, Ray. He was playing a show sort of concurrently, I guess. And so I'm going to be tuning into Ray's show, your show, Ray, as soon as I'm done here. Ray knows the meaning of less is more and leave them wanting more much better than I do. I haven't learned that lesson as well yet. I kind of drag on and on and on for a while. But I've got a few songs left. I'm going to do a song, California to me. I've kind of talked about this before, but California to me represents where people go, and I think for many, many people, it represents where people go to kind of follow their dreams, to chase their dreams. And going back all the way to the gold rush. And overnight, after gold was discovered and the word got out, the handbills were sent all over the world. Within a year, 100,000 or 150,000 men poured into what was then the territory of California. It was not the state yet. It was a few years before that happened. So still just little Mexican ranchos and settlements. And overnight, all these men poured in the search, the rush for gold, and in search of a dream. And that's what California has been really ever since. Show business, of course, Hollywood, the music business. People still come to Los Angeles and Hollywood and all over in California for those reasons. The tech industry up there in Silicon Valley certainly attracts its share of dreamers also. So, and the legend of California comes from an old Spanish story, legend of Califia. It's an island in the sky, if I remember it correctly, populated by beautiful women, and that's where the name of California comes from. So California to me has just always been about chasing that dream or looking for that dream. But anyhow, I wrote this song. This is off of that same album, Shelter Valley. It's called Ty Robbie, and it's about an older Irishman looking back on his life after having traveled to the gold fields in California. And it talks about kind of what he's found, some of what he's found. I added on a sort of what I imagined was sort of a cattle call sounding refrain to this, something that I imagined that he may have heard as he traveled across the country and across the deserts and across the plain. So this is called Ty Robbie. Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie. Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Tyro. Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Tyro. Dark is the hollow, deep is the pine, where the lonesome old whippoorwills call. There was once that I thought I had nothing but time, back when I stood straight and tall. Back when I stood straight and tall. You Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Tyro. Ty Robbie, Ty Robbie, Tyro. Away on the water and out on the plains, through deserts too hot to believe. Coloma is where men were staking their claims, between blacklegs and swindlers and thieves. Blacklegs and swindlers and thieves. And so I buried my hands in a cold mountain stream and found gold at McCollumney Hill. I was chasing the ghost of the old Spanish dream and caught a thirst that no liquor could kill. I caught a thirst that no liquor could kill. You tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Well, a fool and his money will quickly part ways, and a fool I shall evermore be. Gambling and whoring, drinking for days, shit-faced and too blind to see. Shit-faced and too blind to see. Oh, Maggie, sweet Maggie, have nothing but shame. Just a drunk with his last dollar bill. They say that in love no one's ever to blame, but I hear your voice calling me still. I hear your voice calling me still. You tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Now the leaves may have fallen and the waters run dry, but the moon, it still shines up above. It shimmers and sparkles with silver and gold in the night like a bright shining dove. In the night like a bright shining dove. You tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Robbie. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. Tie Robbie, tie Robbie, tie Roe. I think I got my little Susie Misty again with that one. Sorry, baby.
That's just so pretty.
Thank you, sweetie. So I'm going to send that one out to my friend Slade Rivers, who lives up there in the Sierras, up by Moke Hill, as they call it, McColumney Hill. And Slade is a wonderful singer, songwriter, plays around places up there, still plays a few. I mean, nobody is out playing many places at all, of course. Everybody is sitting at home, but Slade has been playing a few selective outdoor things with the great Bill Griffin, who goes back to the Cache Valley Drifters, and I remember seeing them when I was very young. And also played with the great Kate Wolf. Bill Griffin played with the great Kate Wolf for a number of years in her band and recordings and everything. So you can catch Bill Griffin and Slade Rivers together up in the gold country there, up by McColumney Hill, Moke Hill as they call it. What am I going to do here? I'm going to do a song. This is not in the gold country, but this is a song that always reminds me of the deep woods up in Northern California areas. Far north, up in, up by Humboldt. And that is a song by the Grateful Dead by Robert Hunter and Jerry Garcia. It's one of my favorites. And send this out to my friend Johnny Burke, who listens usually the next day in Cardiff, Wales. I was over there last year, and Johnny presented me in a show there in Cardiff, and I got to hang out for a couple of days. And John is a real Renaissance man, raconteur kind of a guy. Just knows music, of course. He knows so much about music. But he hails from Dundee, I think, or Dundalf. Excuse me. That's where I caught the train, but in Ireland, just north of Dublin there. But maybe it's Dundalf. I've forgotten, John. My apologies. Excuse me. But anyhow, he hails from Ireland and knows quite a bit about the Southwest, where my family comes from, County Kerry. Anyhow, this one, John's a big fan of the Grateful Dead, and I did this song when I was over there in Wales for him. And this is called Brown-Eyed Women and Red Grenadine. Gone are the days when the ox break down, pick up the yoke, plow the field around. Gone are the days when the lady said, please, gentle Jack Jones, won't you run with me? It's 1920 when he stepped to the bar, drank to the dregs of the whiskey jar. It's 1930 when the roof caved in. He made his way selling red-eye gin. Brown-eyed women and red grenadine. Bottle was dusty, but the liquor was clean. Sound of the thunder with the rain pouring down, and it looks like the old man's coming around. Delilah Jones was a mother of twins. 2 times over, the rest were sins. Raised 8 boys, only I turned bad. I didn't get the lickings that the other ones had. Brown-eyed women and red grenadine. The bottle was dusty, but the liquor was clean. The sound of the thunder with the rain pouring down, and it looks like the old man's coming around. Tumble down shack in Bigfoot County. Snowed so hard that the roof caved in. Delilah Jones went to meet her God, and the old man never was the same again. Daddy made whiskey and he made it well. Cost $2 and it burned like hell. I cut hickory just to fire the still. You drink down a bottle and you're ready to kill. Brown-eyed women and red grenadine. The bottle was dusty, but the liquor was clean. Sound of the thunder with the rain pouring down, and it looks like the old man's coming around. Brown-eyed women and red grenadine. The bottle was dusty, but the liquor was clean. Sound of the thunder with the rain pouring down, and it looks like the old man's coming around. It looks like the old man's coming around. That's off of my favorite. Where am I going here now? I'm a big fan of the Europe. I like Europe 72 and Working Man's Dead are my two favorite Grateful Dead albums. And I've always kind of thought that I read music interviews. I don't read. I read them a lot when I was younger, but I don't read music interviews nearly as much as I used to. To me, most music interviews could consist of two questions: what's your favorite Bob Dylan album, and what's your favorite Grateful Dead album? And you can name more than one, of course. And that right there is going to tell me just about everything I'd be interested in about most musical artists, I guess. That sounds kind of snotty, I think, but I don't mean it to. And my favorite Bob Dylan albums are John Wesley Hardin, although I probably almost worn that one out. I didn't think I would, but that Blonde on Blonde era, just before that, and Blonde on Blonde. I'm a big fan of Self Portrait and New Morning. I just like that era, all the way up to Blood on the Tracks. And then after that, I'm still a fan, but I just don't listen to those nearly as much. But so I'm going to do another song off of my last album. This is the first song that we recorded. We were starting to record the album. Sort of a gospel-y sort of song. This is called I've Seen Trouble Like This. Dark clouds rising up out of the east. And I've seen trouble like this before. Black crows flying from the sycamore trees. And I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this. And I've seen trouble like this before. Cold rain and thunder falling all around me. And I've seen trouble like this before. Stevie and Johnny, the south part of town. And I've seen trouble like this before. They're all liquored up, some fights coming down. But I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this. But I've seen trouble like this before. The harsh words and anger and the blood on the ground. But I've seen trouble like this before. Yeah, you struggle, you stumble, you fumble and fall. Try to rise when you can. When you think that you might find a place to hold on, it all slips right out of your hand. Long nights and whiskey and hard memories. And I've seen trouble like this before. She's broken, she's crying, she's ready to leave. And I've seen trouble like this before. I've seen trouble like this. I've seen trouble like this. And I've seen trouble like this before. Your whole world is crumbling, you're down on your knees. But I've seen trouble like this before. The dark clouds and devils dancing all around me. But I've seen trouble like this before. Thank you, baby. So I'm going to do one more song and say goodnight. Thank you again. I'm trying to sneak the words out here and hope I can see. I don't need the words too much to this one. And you probably don't either. This is an old song by the Memphis Blues Band. Many people have recorded this song. I'm sure that most of you are familiar with this. But thank you again all for tuning in. As I said, next week I'll be at the Fred House in Covina here, and I'll be doing the live stream from there. Once again, this is my new album. It's available on my website, as are all my albums, but it's also available wherever you buy music. It's available for download, any Apple's iTunes or any of the places where you would download new music. I don't have it available for download at my website. I've got a technical issue I haven't figured out yet, but it is for sale, and I'll be happy to sell you a copy. And I have most or all of my other albums available there, and any of the ones that are out of print, which is a couple of them, if you're interested in one of those, I will make sure that I get you a copy one way or another. It'll probably be a burned copy, but so again, thank you for tuning in, and please stay safe. Happy Thanksgiving. Stealing. This is a song called Stealing, if you hadn't figured that out. Stealing, stealing, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Well, put your arms around me like a circle around the sun. I want to love you, mama, like my Easy Rider done. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing, yeah, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. The woman that I love, she's just my height and size. Married gal, come to see me sometime. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing, yeah, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Well, I'm going up north, gonna see my gal, sweetest thing in the whole wide world. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing. Pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to that same old used to be. Yeah, well, put your arms around me like a circle around the sun. I wanna love you, mama, like my Easy Rider done. You don't believe I love you. Look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking. Look what a hole I'm in. Stealing, stealing. Yeah, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. Well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. Yeah, well, I'm stealing back to my same old used to be. So, thank you again very much for tuning in. I got ahead of myself with that little strum there at the end. Sounded kind of wanky. Apologies for that, but thank you again for tuning in. Tune in next week. Do yourselves a favor. Look up the Memphis Jug Band. Many, many, many wonderful songs. Many that you'll be familiar with. And do yourselves a favor and tune in Ray Bonneville right now. That's what I'm going to do. So thank you. Good night. And we'll see you again next week. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. I think it's done.